But at some point it becomes necessary to have a real feeling for a greater concern, something transcendent of self. Because we will all do things for something that's beyond ourselves that we won't do for ourselves. We do it all the time. Most people treat other people better than they treat themselves. Some people don't, but most people actually do. You do things for others that you wouldn't do for yourself. And you do them a lot easier for others than you'll do them for yourself, right? For most people, it's much easier for them to be very compassionate and loving to someone else than to be compassionate and loving for themselves. It's much easier. So when we have something we're connected in with a bigger vision than just ourselves, it brings to the forefront capacities that are very hard to find when our own quest is completely self-oriented. But often through this alternating sense of freedom of what's beyond the ego, that expansive openness and spaciousness, and the contraction back into the experience of ego, back and forth, is often parts of people's experience. Now, some people will experience when they get contracted in the ego, they'll feel like they lost all of the expansiveness. Other people, the expansiveness will be much more part of their experience. They will never feel like they lost it at all, even when sort of the ego contracts. It'll be almost like a fist is contracting in infinite space, and they won't necessarily lose the sense of it. And at a certain point, ego stops its resistance. It just gives way. Usually a combination of sudden and gradual, both. But by and by, it gives way. And when it gives way, there's an experience then of an absolute intimacy. This is really the experience of unity. You are that infinite expanse. That's the inner experience of it. And the outer experience of it is you are all of everything you see. It could be, I am everything I see. I experience myself as everything I see. I have great intimacy with everything I see. Or it could be experienced a little different way, that everything you see is God. Either way, people have different experiences. Some people it's more centered around their I am, and for other people it's more like it's a bit less personal in a sense. They see God as everything and everywhere, and God is inside and God is outside, and God is what's noticing what's inside and what's outside. Make sense?